Let me ask you something. Is it the world that's busy, or is it your mind? Just let that sink in for a second. If you've ever felt completely swept up in the chaos of modern life, I bet that question really hits home.
Hey there, book lovers! Welcome back to another inside-packed book summary from Summarypedia, where we're all about bringing you more amazing titles in way less time. And today, oh man, we're diving into some incredibly important and super practical lessons from The Things You Can See Only When You Slow Down by Haemin Sunim. Think of it as your guide to finding calm in a world that just never seems to stop.
So if you're feeling totally overwhelmed by the pace of life, if you're just looking for a little bit of calm, you have come to the right place. This one is for you. Let's dive into the first big idea, shall we? Okay, let's start with the first core idea, and honestly, this one's a bit of a mind-bender. The big takeaway is this: the world you experience, it's not some fixed, objective thing out there. Nope, it's actually a direct reflection of what's happening inside your own mind. Sunim puts it so beautifully. He says, we know the world only through the window of our mind. I mean, think about that. When your mind is all cluttered and chaotic, what does the world feel like? Exactly, noisy and chaotic. But when you can find that peace inside, suddenly the world outside seems to calm down right along with you.
He tells this great little story to illustrate the point. It's about a Buddhist nun who's building a temple. So when it's time to work on the roof, all she can see, everywhere she looks, are, you guessed it, roof tiles. But then, when it's time to do the flooring, suddenly her entire focus shifts. Now, all she sees are floors. See? Her world literally changed based on what her mind was zeroed in on.
So what does that mean for us? It means the world itself isn't inherently busy. It just is. Our mind is what's busy. And that's actually amazing news, because it means when we feel overwhelmed, we're not powerless. We don't have to change the entire world. We just need to find a way to let our own minds rest.
And that leads us perfectly into the second big idea, the wisdom of rest. We're often taught to think of rest as, well, doing nothing, maybe even being a little lazy, right? But Sunim completely flips that idea on its head. He says rest is a powerful, totally necessary action. So when life just isn't going your way and you're feeling down, the book gives this incredibly gentle advice. It's not about powering through or forcing yourself to feel better. It's about making space to heal. Go watch the silliest movie you can find and just laugh. Put on that one song that gets you and sing along at the top of your lungs. Call up a good friend. And most importantly, just love yourself, imperfections and all. I love this analogy he uses. Think about a piece of music. What makes it beautiful? It's not just the notes, right? It's the silence, the space between the notes. That's what gives it rhythm and feeling. And Sunim says life is exactly the same. A beautiful life isn't about constant, non-stop doing. It's about the beauty and meaning we find in those pauses. Okay, this next part brings us to a really practical and honestly game-changing tool from the book. It's all about how to handle those tough emotions, not by fighting them, but by befriending them. Yeah. You heard that right. So Sunim uses this brilliant analogy of a muddy fish tank. Picture it. You have a negative feeling, anger, sadness, whatever. Your first instinct is probably to try and push it down, right? To get rid of it. But that's like plunging your hand into that muddy water and trying to force all the dirt to the bottom. What happens? You just stir it up and make it worse. The mindful approach? It's to just step back, do nothing, and just wait. Allow the mud, that emotion, to settle all by itself, because it will. And that, right there, is the core of mindfulness. It's not about this impossible task of getting rid of your feelings. It's just about observing them, calmly, without judging yourself for feeling them in the first place. Kind of like watching clouds pass by in the sky. You just notice them. They appear, they change shape, and then, eventually, they just drift on by.
So the big takeaway here? Stop fighting your feelings, seriously. Instead, try getting curious. Just observe the energy of that emotion without slapping a label on it. When you can just witness it with a little bit of kindness, you'll be amazed at how it starts to lose its power over you.
So, you're probably wondering, who is the mind behind all of this simple, yet incredibly profound wisdom? Well, let's take a moment to meet the author, Haemin Sunim.
Okay, so Haemin Sunim isn't just any author. He's one of the most influential Zen Buddhist teachers in the world today. And what makes his perspective so powerful, so unique, is this amazing background he has. He's got this deep Eastern monastic training, but he also has a Western education from places like, just UC Berkeley, Harvard, and Princeton. No big deal. So he's able to bridge these two worlds, taking ancient wisdom and making it feel totally relevant and accessible for our busy, modern lives.
All right, let's bring this all home. We're going to pull everything together into a super practical mindfulness toolkit. These are the key takeaways you can start using in your life like today. Okay, so here are the 5 big lessons to remember. First, your mind creates your world, so choose where you put your focus. It matters. Second, observe. Don't engage. Just witness those tricky feelings without judgment. Third, and this is a big one, rest is productive. It's not lazy, it's essential. Fourth, love yourself. Treat yourself with the same kindness you'd give a good friend. And finally, number 5, find things to be grateful for. It helps you realize you're connected to everything. Seriously, each one of these is a powerful step toward a calmer, more peaceful life.
And I want to leave you with this one powerful, simple truth that really wraps up the entire book's message perfectly. When your mind rests, the world also rests. It's so good. It reminds us that it's not the world that needs to slow down. It's our minds. Once you find that calm inside, you start to find it everywhere else too.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you got something out of this, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe for more awesome book summaries from us here at Summarypedia. We'll catch you in the next one.